3 people shot, including a 17-year-old boy killed within the span of about 5 hours overnight in Durham.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I do TikTok bottom video, and we're just gonna hop right into it. So today we will be having another NC story. I know I'm doing it on Tuesday. I had some things to do the last 2 days. I missed uploading, but Tuesday, y'all will get this today. So today we will be talking about a story out of Durham, North Carolina. We are talking about Dominica Chappell and Dominica Chappell. So let's get into the story. So first, 3 people were shot, including a teenager who was killed within the span of about 5 hours overnight in Durham. Family members and friends identified Dominica Chappell as a 17-year-old boy who lost his life at the Delmar Court Apartments late Wednesday. He was killed in a shooting on Sherwood Drive that also sent bullets flying into apartments and unoccupied cars through the neighborhood. Durham police then said they found a man who had been shot during the same incident. He was taken to a local hospital with life-threatening injuries. So obviously, first, starting with RP Dominica Chappell. First you probably like, this sound like a bait shooting, where this story actually gets very, very, very much twisted at is when his mother, Dominica, comes in the picture. So
a Durham mother is out of jail tonight on bond after being charged with assaulting a man the very same night that her teenage son was killed.
It says, according to Durham police, the incident happened Wednesday night, July 23rd, just before 8 p.m. on the 1000 block of Sherwood Drive. When officers arrived, they were found a 17-year-old boy suffering from gunshot wounds, which is Dominique. He was rushed to a nearby hospital with life-threatening injuries. A second victim, identified as 17-year-old, that was another 17-year-old. My bad. A second victim, identified as 17-year-old boy Dominica Chappell, was driven to a hospital by private vehicle but later died from his injuries. Police confirmed that several apartments and cars in the area were struck by gunfire during the shootout. So it said Dominica was charged with assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill. Authorities said she assaulted Octavius Amos with a firearm. Dominica was protecting her son after a shootout erupted in the neighborhood. The source said she saw a gunman targeted her son and fired back in an attempt to save him. Police have not yet further details about what led up to the deadly incident. Dominica was booked on a $20,000 bond and has since bonded out. Despite Dominica's arrest, no suspects have been taken in custody for Dominique's death. So I don't know, what kind of life Dominique was living that, people may want to target and shoot at him and take his life. But it do, what name that concerned me, and obviously, trying to understand what the hell happened. Obviously, like I said, the police want details. Obviously, we're going to, explore it on this channel, is who the hell Octavia Amos is, for the fact that Dominica felt the need to shoot him after her son had been shot. He ain't died yet, but after her son had been shot. So I did some research into who this individual may be, and let me see where I'm gonna tell you what I found. So I found first a March 21st, 2012 gun arrest for carrying a concealed gun, possession of a stolen firearm, and aiding and abetting. So he was 19 at the time, so that was 2012. So he is 32 now. So 32, a 32-year-old boy, a 30-year-old man and a 17-year-old boy. That's a concerning relationship, but it could also be what you might think it is. Not in that way, Lord, not in that way, but in terms of street shit. But that's off the rip interesting, the age difference. I was able to pull up Octavius Amos on Facebook. Said, this him, because it said he studied at Hillside and he lives in Durham. So Hillside is a high school in Durham, if you didn't know. But if you from the Raleigh, RDU area, Durham and shit, you've heard of Hillside. I found a couple old pictures of Octavia Amos throwing up some sets. I'm not going to say what set it is. I know what gang sign it is, but I feel like you could figure it out from the pictures. And he's wearing red. So, and I found another court document saying that Octavia Amos was getting charged with a robbery with a dangerous weapon case, second-degree kidnapping, and conspiracy to rob him with a dangerous weapon. And then, I don't want to dox the nigga. I'm not going to dox the nigga. Actually, that'll be crazy about that part of it. But I was able to find, let's say that he lived in the area. So I don't know. I don't know what the hell. Like I said, it could be a range of things. Dominique could be living that life. Octavius could have been his big homie. They got into some shit, and the mama thought it was some other shit, and she popped him. They could have got into it together. I mean, with each other, and she popped Octavius in retaliation. We don't really know, at this point in time, but I feel bad for, obviously, RIP to Dominique. Hopefully the other 17-year-old boy recovers. But I do feel bad for his mother because she's coming out. Like I said, we don't know the full story. But at this time, it looks like she's just coming out to protect her son. Maybe, it could be that she went out there with, reckless abandon and, just shot somebody that she shouldn't have shot. But at the same time, she might have probably shot who she could have shot who she thought she should have shot. So I do feel bad for her and that, she's obviously just trying to protect her son, and now she's fighting a case. But it just ain't, I don't know, bro. We'll get to more details, though. That's all I got to say, though. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I do TikTok on the video, and we out.